Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your weekly reading for October 16th to the 22nd. This is for Pisces and Pisces Rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional cult cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity, to get more specific and detailed with your reading, Pisces. I do this because you know I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your reading. So Pisces, this week, it's going to be an interesting week, okay? It's going to be a very interesting week. There's going to be a lot of intensity toward your passions, but also like your belief system, your, philosophies, the way that you see things. There could even be, if you are working on a book or any there could be some activity around that. Even travel could be a big thing for you right now. But, this week, there are no major aspects in the first half of the week. All right. So the one thing that is happening is the moon will be in Scorpio. Okay. So this is really adding to a little bit more depth to Mars already being in Scorpio. And keep this in mind because I'm going to talk about what's happening this weekend. But before I do that, on the 19th, the sun is going to conjunct Mercury. Okay. So this is really interesting. This is a huge Kazemi that we're going to have. All right. So different from the one that we had last month because Mercury was retrograde and in a different sign. And so this is definitely very important. Okay. And the reason I say that is because Mercury is in Libra at this time. And if you saw your last week's reading, you know that is your 8th house of death and rebirth, of transformation, of power. This whole week, remember, I just said moon in Scorpio. Scorpio rules the 8th house. So you're going to feel a lot of transformation this week. You, especially again, the way that you see things could change as well. All right. Now, on the 20th, Mercury will square Pluto. This is going to be really interesting. This is a day that is a little bit challenging, all right? So I want you to know Mercury is a planet of communication. It is the messenger planet. It is a time where you don't want to say anything that you'll regret. All right. So just be very cautious and be very, just conscious of how you speak, of what you say. Pluto is in Capricorn. Okay. And for you, that's your 11th house. And so that is, your social network, friends, groups you belong to, organizations you belong to, also your hopes and wishes. But, looking at everything that's happening for you, you could have maybe a little argument with a friend. Okay. There could be some words that are said. So remember, you just want to stay cool. You want to, stay frosty, be aware, just be in touch with your intuitive side. Really, really, really be like the better person in that situation. You'll be the better version of yourself. But the reason why I say this is really challenging is because the next day, the sun squares Pluto. So this, again, something could be really heated with a friend or a group you belong to, organization you belong to. But also, it could have to do with money if you think about what's happening for y'all with the North Node moving into Aries in your 2nd house. But also, again, like I said, we're just coming out of a new moon. New moon, solar eclipse in Libra that was in your 8th house, okay, which does also rule other people's money. So you see how you're being really affected this week with transformation, with empowerment, but also money could be a thing. When I say other people's money, it can be like inheritance, investments, bonuses, commissions, even like paying off debts, maybe your partner's income. But keep that in mind because the moon will be going into Capricorn over the weekend as well. So the Pluto's in Capricorn. So all these squares with Pluto is going to be pretty, it has a potential to be intense. And the moon in Capricorn is just really just getting serious about things now. All right. So over the weekend, it could just be like you be having some serious moments, again, with friends. Social media could be a thing too. You could don't tweet something that you may call out to all the trolls. Or, you know, there's also with your hopes and wishes, you could have some like back and forth moments with that, or arguments about that. Maybe your partner doesn't want you to be, you know, a rabbit groomer, whatever you're, you know, whatever you want to do. Maybe there's gonna be something that comes up where it's just like, all right, we're gonna have to be civil about this, and we're going to have to find resolution should there be any sort of confrontation or conflict. Again, these squares are pretty strong, okay? The good news is on the 21st, Venus will trine Jupiter, so absolutely love that for you. This is a week of communication, communicating the things that you need, okay? So this really helps you because Venus trining Jupiter, Venus, a ruling planet of Taurus, and Jupiter being in Taurus, both rule, that's your third house of communication. And so use it to your advantage. Communicate the things that you need, communicate the things that are going to help you along your path to enlightenment. All right, now it's also a great day to just really treat yourself, like get a spa treatment. You know, Venus does rule like beauty and, you know, go shopping, but it's also love and money and creativity. So I really love this aspect. Now the third, yes, third aspect, sorry, the cushion is missing from this chair, I just realized. So now I'm just like, wait, I gotta, all right. So the third aspect that's happening is Mercury is moving into Scorpio. So, if you saw my October forecast, this is, you know, I said it's kind of like Daniel Craig and Knives Out. It's like that kind of energy, very analytical, but like a lot of insight, like really probing for that insight, really, really like investigative, a lot of intuitive energy with Mercury and Scorpio, but also like being very direct about your passions and having no filter is something that tends to happen with Mercury and Scorpio. So again, communicate, but just be very diplomatic and just be very, you know, aware of the ways that, you know, you do communicate. But it is going to be followed by Mercury trining Saturn. That's going to happen on the 22nd. That is really amazing. I love that aspect, especially because Saturn is in your sign. Okay, Saturn's in your sign, so absolutely love it. I absolutely love the fact that Mercury has moved into Scorpio at this point, which is your ninth house of, you know, spirituality. So really use that. I mean, it's a great day to communicate, really good day to travel. Travel's a big thing for you. All right, I always say travel's a force of good. You always want to, you know, travel. You learn a lot about yourself. It's a great day to sign contracts. Like, this is really great. And, you know, one thing that I didn't like, you know, mention in a lot of other readings, so you're getting a little special thing here. The 22nd, 22, if you're into numerology, it is a master number. 22 is a big number, okay? Also, I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's just your wish is coming true. All right, your wish is coming true. So with that said, Pisces, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what's going on for you for October 16th to the 22nd. Again, this is for Pisces and Pisces rising. If you want to read for your moon, your Venus, any of those other placements, you're absolutely welcome to. I would really recommend Venus because Venus is in Virgo, and that is your seventh house of partnerships and relationships, which is like a big thing for y'all because we're coming out of that new moon solar eclipse that was in Libra, the native ruler of partnerships and relationships. So that is love or career, business, or, you know, personal relationships. But let's go ahead and get started, Pisces. Let's see what's going on for you for this week. All right, October 16th to the 22nd. Now, Pisces, like I said earlier, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. It really does bring the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will pull clarifiers. Secondly, Pisces, you are amazing and you are good. You're really good. You're really good. So remember, don't forget Pluto and Capricorn. All right, Pluto doing a lot of squares this weekend, but if you can use it, if you can be, you know, use that Daniel Craig and Knives Out energy to, you know, really rethink things, everything that you want is going to happen. Okay, especially remember what I said, the 22nd. your wish is coming true. All right, with that being a master number, but wow, you're good. Okay, you did get the Three of Pentacles. All right, so looks like a lot of y'all have come into something new, especially when you think about your last reading. You could be on the process or in transition of maybe a new job or something like a passion project, or even working with other people. That's what the Three of Pentacles really is. It really is like saying, like, teamwork makes the dream work, right? So working with other people in a sense where it brings success, but it came up in your past. So looking at what's happening here, a lot of y'all could have had got new jobs. If you work in let's say like a freelance capacity, you could be getting new clients. You could be or have gotten new clients or new colleagues, or maybe even assignments or whatnot. But even still, you're good. I love this for you. Three is the birth of new things. It's all about creation. It's also growth and advancement. So there is like this newness that's happening in your life, or you will feel it this week. Now, you got the Knight of Wands in the heart of your spread, which I really love. This is really crazy. You Knight of Wands, first, I did say that travel is going to be a big thing for y'all, and especially because when you think about where Jupiter and Uranus are in Taurus in your third house, which does rule travel, all right, like more like short distance travel. But then all this activity in Scorpio is in your ninth house, which is like more like foreign travel or long distance travel. And so you see how it hits both, houses of travel. If for you, Pisces, and for what's going on for you, and there's a huge connotation with travel with the Knight of Wands, all right? So a lot of y'all could be planning a trip or going on a trip. I would recommend it. I would highly recommend it. Okay. Travel is a big thing, but it's also you just pursuing your passions. Remember, this is a week of empowerment. This is a week of you chasing your passions and being really intensely involved with making sure that you are aligned, that your passions are, you've got your head in the game. You're really going for it. All right. All this Scorpio activity is really helping, especially with Mars and Scorpio. Now, a lot of this can have to do with career. Two reasons why. One, Knight of Wands. First of all, fire on fire. Really, really fiery here. Okay. Really fiery. And so wands are not only your passions, but also work related. Okay. And nothing's going to stop him. Look at his horse reared up, just ready to go. Look at like, come on. He's very transformative energy that comes with the Knight of Wands, right? And that is, a big theme for this week with all this Scorpio activity. Secondly, the Knight of Wands is Sagittarius. Okay. So definitely keep that in mind. Knights are mutable, wands are fire, right? Sagittarius is a mutable fire sign. And that is your 10th house of career and fame and public recognition and honors and achievements. So you are definitely driven. Yeah, this week you will definitely feel driven. However, you did get the Hanged Man in your challenge area. The one thing that I want you to do is be willing to make the sacrifices that you need moving forward. There are some things that you may need to let go. There are some things that you may have to surrender. All right. That is what the Hanged Man has done at this point. All right. A lot of it is like fantasy versus reality, especially for you, because this card is ruled by Neptune. And as we know, not only is Saturn in your sign, so is Neptune. Okay. At home in Pisces, as we know. Right. And so it really is like, the really, honestly, the easiest way to say it is like, don't be like delusional about the things that you want, because that might not happen. Like, if you want to, like, if you have goals to like buy, the galaxy, that may not happen. Okay. Just be realistic, but also surrender a lot of those things. Remember, this is a very spiritual card. And then remember what I said with all this activity in Scorpio this week, that is in your ninth house of spirituality. All right. Your belief system, your philosophies, how you see things. So there may be some things that you have to let go. Okay. But to move forward, especially with Pluto in Capricorn being a huge, huge thing that's happening. All right. Especially over the week. weekend, all those squares, it's going to be tough. And it's in your 11th house of your hopes and wishes too. So really thinking about that. All right. But everything else is like all systems go. Like, look at this. You got a second knight. You got the Knight of Swords in your crown. And so there is going to be a moment of you just like your mind, especially around that time on the 19th when we have that Mercury Cazimi, which is this profound moment of clarity that you have, right? And now you have the Knight of Swords, right? Swords, the mental suit, the air suit. So knights, like I explained, fire, swords, air. What happens when you put fire and oxygen together? Whoosh. Just being bold and courageous. This knight is going into the storm, fearless, very fearless. I love this, especially because you also got the Six of Swords, all right? So this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. And I really love this for you because this almost feels like you're at home and like anything that you do have to surrender, anything that you do have to like let go to have not only growth in your physical world, but like personal growth, spiritual growth. It's going to be easy for you. You're going to actually, it feels like, it's almost like I don't even have to tell you. I feel like you're just going to naturally have that this week. All right. This card, one of the reasons why is because this card is all about moving forward. This card, again, remember the sword, so a lot of it mentally too. So not only did you get the Knight of Swords, which is like boom, 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 also in terms of communication, but you got the Six of Swords where you can see my finger on the turbulent water there. Look at where they're going. It's like the Maldives. The water is crystal clear. It's smooth sailing, no undulation. And those, I mean, you're good. You're moving into the promised land this week, and that's what's fueling you is like you do want to move forward from anything that has been holding you back. So I absolutely love that for you. Also, the thing is with this card, this is Mercury attributed to Mercury in Aquarius. So really great. Again, communication is going to be a big thing, but also Mercury in Aquarius. Come on, think about Aquarius right now. That's your 12th house. You rule the 12th house. That is a subconscious, right? That is, even like intuition, and y'all are so intuitive and just really being in tune with all that. But once you make that surrender, once you have, more of this spiritual growth, knowing the things that you have to sacrifice to move forward, you're going to be golden. You just got the star in your future. Speaking of Aquarius, this card is ruled by Aquarius. I mean, you see the water bearer, okay? You're good. You're good. You're absolutely good. Especially, when you consider numerology as well. The fact that I said that new moon solar eclipse in Libra that happened last week, and these eclipses, the energies last like years, right? Like a year, 2 years, depends on your chart, but it's that is in your 8th house, okay, of transformation. And this card is, it's an 8. And, so that new moon solar eclipse in Libra is your 8th house, as I said earlier. And this card, 17 equals 8. This is really like, you're good. This is your hopes and wishes. This is you, a lot of healing in this card as well, but it's a lot of like balance, it's a lot of wisdom, but it's also like the stars aligning for you now. You're moving into your hopes and wishes. Like you're good. You're good. Pisces. Let's get to your stuff. Pisces, if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Let me know what's going on. I want to know what's going on with y'all. This is crazy. I want to know what happened for the eclipse. What happened for y'all? Everyone always has like these great eclipse stories. And if you are a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. I truly, truly appreciate it, and I am really grateful. Thanks. I wouldn't be here without you. So, thanks so much for being here. Now, yeah, you're good. Oh gosh, you're good. You're absolutely good. I don't even. Okay, this is gonna be a week for you. You just got the moon. All right. So, as we know, the moon is in astrology, like Cancer rules the moon, but in tarot, you rule the moon. So this is a Pisces card. Okay. So it's saying that you may have, yeah, a little bit of anxiety. You may have a little bit of stress about like your future. You may have even situations that may come up this week, maybe like putting you in this sense of like, what's going on? But again, a lot of it is moving toward facing your fears. A lot of this empowerment energy that really want you to feel, and that communication energy, but really going within too. I mean, remember with the star ruled by Aquarius, ruling your 12th house. I mean, you just pulled your own card here, okay? So the 12th house, again, the subconscious, that's what the moon is, right? And so it's also intuition. So really trusting your intuition, really going deep, especially if you need to like unroot things. Remember, it's all about that making that surrender, that sacrifice for the things that you know that you don't need moving forward. So really going deep if you have to. But you just got the high priestess in your external factors area. So remember, I'm talking about like intuition, spirituality, and then your subconscious, a lot of 12th house activity that's happening for you. You just got the high priestess in your external factors area. The high priestess is the guardian of the subconscious. So you're good. You're protected. You're fine. You're 1000% fine. In the high priestess, actually, she rules the moon. I mean, you got two moon cards here. So intuition is going to be a big thing. It really is saying like go within. Okay, like it seems like that's what you're going to do anyway. Like I said earlier, I think that you're just going to have this moment of like going within, really being in touch with your higher self, listening to your inner voice. I think that's going to make all the difference for you because look, you also got the King of Cups. And so he's not only the most intuitive king to a psychic level. In Pisces, you are, very psychic. Out of all the signs, you're the most psychic. But the King of Cups is also Scorpio. So the fact that this is a heavily like Scorpio week is really interesting. But then also remember what I said about you coming to a place where you just have this spiritual growth and even personal growth and seeing the things that you need to see once you make that surrender. But the King of Cups, Scorpio, is sure, it's a very heavy Scorpio week. But remember what I said. That's your ninth house of spirituality. Okay, Scorpio rules your ninth house, is it your ninth house of spirituality. So you're really good here. You're really good here. And then lastly, this is kind of amazing. You are unstoppable. You got the Eight of Pentacles, okay, in your final outcome. Do you see your last week's reading? This is affirmation, okay? This is affirmation here. You are definitely, nothing's going to stop you. You are being so like laser focused on your goals, your passions, your path to enlightenment. There is definitely, you're good. You're good. He has removed himself from the village to work on these pentacles, and they are just like putting a lot. This is like blood, sweat, tears, heart, and soul into the things that you want to not only manifest, but like really work toward. Okay. So this is like getting to the finish line, like getting reaching your goals, reaching your legacy. This is absolutely amazing. I mean, you're good. You're good. A lot of it may resonate again with partnerships. Like I said, that may resonate with a lot of Pisces, especially because, the final outcome, again, crazy that it's 8. You had 8 in your future. And then remember all this activity that, following the new moon solar eclipse in Libra, that was in your 8th house. Scorpio is a native ruler of the 8th house. So that's all about transformation, empowerment. But this card is attributed to Sun in Virgo. Okay. So remember what I said, that is in your 7th house right now of partnerships, relationships, whether work, whether love. Libra, right? New moon solar eclipse in Libra, which is the native ruler of partnerships and relationships, which for the collective, a lot of people are having moments with that, right? Different new directions or ascending or kindling or finding that spark or just brand new directions in either case. But you are definitely like, wow, this is like, you're good here. You're really good. I like you're great. Okay. Pisces, I mean, claim this. This is a great reading. You got the star in your future. You have the high priestess, King of Cups. You got the 8 of Pentacles. You have those two eights here. You're good. I'm not gonna even like. You're absolutely good. Just be willing to make that surrender and sacrifice for the things that you know that you don't need, right? To on your path to enlightenment, because the Hanged Man, once again, I don't think I mentioned this, but comes right before the Death card, which is the card of like transformation, that big transformational process. The Death card is ruled by Scorpio, so the Hanged Man is preparing himself for this big transformation, and in order to prepare yourself, you have to let some things go, right? You have to make a surrender and sacrifice. So with that said, Pisces, thanks so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. And if you're a subscriber, thanks so much for being here. Next week is a huge week. Again, we have a full moon lunar eclipse that's going to be happening in Taurus. So this is a big month. Like I said, it's a really big month. So let's see what's going on for you next week. But this week, you're definitely going toward your passions. Wow, you're gonna be good. You're gonna be good. Thanks so much, Pisces. I'll see you next week. All right, bye bye.